normal governance aspects which every citizen is affected, like I think the President was mentioning about the traffic problems or something like that, or even waste management. Many of the solutions is very difficult, very easy to criticize, but it is very difficult when you come on the other side. I can try showing how difficult it is to, work out on a solution like solid waste management or even normal traffic, where all the stakeholders have to be involved, and it is going to be a very difficult long-term solution. For example, since you mentioned about traffic, Kerala has a very high disposable income. It has the highest disposable income after metros. I hope all of you will agree. So, I come from Tamil Nadu. So, when I did my training, assistant collectorship in Palakkad, so first couple of weeks I thought I'll go to some remote place. So I thought I'll go to a school inside Silent Valley and let us see kuch karte hain karke. So then I went and found that the SSLC pass rate is 100%. Probably standards also have gone down, but then it's 100%. So that access issue does not arise, enrollment issue does not arise. It is only about quality issues. How do you improve the quality of education and things like that. So Kerala has one of the highest disposable income. In fact, the access to internet determines or indicates how high disposable income the society has. So the point is 5% of the population use 60% of the vehicles. The rest of 95% use their own vehicles. So that is statistics. People have a lot of disposable income and they are not interested in carpooling. Some of the ideas have failed also, unfortunately. So they just want to drive. So basically, it's a it's a human problem also. How do we train people that if you go to Mumbai or even now after metro has come up in Delhi also, people are just not bothered about taking a metro to office. So the infrastructure has to be provided by government, which is going to come up soon. But then it requires a lot of mental makeup also about taking a public transport, something not as bad as the current public transport is, but probably hopefully things are going to improve in future. But then it's not a problem of prestige or ego. How do you do that? Or even in the current context, carpooling used to work in a big way when I was in Bangalore. This was a long time back, 5-6 years back. I had to see to what extent it works. So even that should be worked well. So it's a win-win situation between where everyone has to work together. So that is the point that I wanted to talk about. There are a lot of other sub-projects that I would like to take up. So I'd just like to conclude by saying that Kochi has or Ernakulam has a huge historic opportunity. It is the economic hub of our state. And it has a huge, historic opportunity to become or compete among the top 4 metros, or or even rank among Bangalore or Hyderabad in terms of the investment and the opportunity for employment and the opportunity for skill aggregation. With major projects like Kochi Metro, which will be commissioned soon, Water Metro is coming. Then we have Smart City, which will have a lot of employment generation. Then we have Smart City from the local administration in terms of urban department, Government of India. Major projects are coming up and a lot of investment in oil sector is happening. So it will be a huge opportunity and probably it will be a historic opportunity. It was never there in the future, but coming years will be very interesting in terms of how things would be. And it is very important in that context that the administration, the government, and then the local, the management people are working together so that it can be resolved, many of the issues. So with that, I'd like to conclude, and the interaction session should be made. Yeah, so I understand. I can stand. So I understand a few questions are there, and any questions which are not planned also can be asked.
Dignitaries on and off the dais, and my dear friends, what we've done this time is a little different from our usual Q&A sessions, because normally we have a 40-50 minute speaker session followed by about 15 minutes of interaction. This time the structure is a little different, as you've seen. Our Honorable Collector has given a brief overview in about 15 minutes of what his perspective is, and over the last 5-6 days, ever since we firmed up the program, we have been sending multiple mails and messages to all our members to try and compile certain questions which are relevant, and we picked about 10-12 questions which we think are priority, are topmost priority now, and depending on the availability of time, we will certainly open up the floor for further questions also. So I'll start with the first question straight away. This is regarding e-governance initiatives, particularly from a tech-savvy collector like the experience you've been in TCS, you've been in IBM, and having served in organizations like that. Now, when you are in the collectorate office right now, what do you think needs to be done, sir, to see that? On a Hartal day, 4 or 5 of us visited your office, and immediately after that, we went for lunch to TCS, and the variance between the collectorate and TCS was quite a far cry. And what would you like to do as collector to bridge this gap?
Few things that